So what happened this week on Friday Night SmackDown? Jey Uso came out to the ring starting off the episode once again, and it's beyond obvious at this point that he's so over with the crowd and the WWE Universe that he really was a great pick to win the Royal Rumble. And his promo skills from Raw this week to SmackDown in 5 days, I feel like have leveled up miles. He did so good, and if he keeps going like this with the same motivation and the same confidence, in a month from now, he's gonna be crushing it, bro. He started off the night calling out Cody Rhodes like he said he was gonna do on Monday Night Raw, pretty much talking about and promoting the What If WrestleMania match between them for the undisputed WWE Championship. And Cody Rhodes has changed. He's turning heel, bro. I'm calling it now. He's talking more bitter. He's more exhausted. It looks like he's expecting the worst out of people now. He's turning heel. I'm calling it. And he pretty much said, in order for me to finish my story, I need to retain this belt at WrestleMania, so it's best if you don't choose me. And then Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga came out to the ring, Tama Tonga shushing everybody, and Jacob Fatu pretty much telling Cody he thinks it's time that the Samoan family, the bloodline, got that belt back. And Jey Uso definitely isn't the one to bring it back into the family. And then everybody broke out into chaos. Surprise, surprise. Jey hit Tama, Jacob went for Jey, Cody went for Jacob, Jacob slammed him down, started dancing in the middle of the ring, and then Jey hit Jacob with a super kick, Cody cutter to Jacob Fatu, double clothesline out the ring, sending him packing, setting up the main event. Up next was Bianca Belair versus Piper for a qualification match into the Elimination Chamber. And Piper was pretty much bringing it to Bianca, that big old girl, bringing her down, slamming her down, beating her up until she had her in the corner, went for it. Bianca jumped out of the way, set her up for the KOD, slammed her down. Gotta give it to Bianca for that one. That's like 280, 300 pounds, I think. Taking the win. Congratulations to Bianca Belair. Up next, DIY was out in the ring and got interrupted by Pretty Deadly, pretty much saying that they think they deserve a title shot for helping them keep the belts for so long. And then Nick Aldis came out to the ring, said, I don't know if you deserve a title shot, but DIY, they're facing you right now, and if they win, they get a title shot. So they started fighting, they were at it. DIY was in jeans and shoes because they didn't even have wrestling gear. They were just doing a promo, going back and forth. DIY about to steal the win, holding onto the ropes, rolling up Pretty Deadly, came over, saved his partner by coming over and kicking Ciampa in the face, rolled him over back into another pin, stealing the win. That'll be a title match, I think, for next week. Backstage, it's The Miz and Andrade talking about their match from last week, and The Miz giving props to Andrade, saying he could teach him a lot. And Andrade pretty much saying, yeah, I learned a lot. I learned how to beat you. And then walking off, leaving The Miz salty. Cody Rhodes walks in, and The Miz, looking to jump onto something else, I guess, goes over to Cody and says, look, we could be amazing, just know I have your back. And Cody Rhodes, as he's turning heel, said, I don't need you to have my back, alright? I got things on my own, because he's expecting the worst out of people. I'm telling you, he's turning heel. Up next, Drew McIntyre came out to the ring talking about how furious he was after the Royal Rumble because Damian Priest eliminated him in what I think was an unscripted elimination. I don't know, that's what I read. Kind of looks like it if you go back and watch it, but you'll never know. You'll never know. Then he says he got a call from Nick Aldis telling him to come over to SmackDown, so he switched brands from Raw to SmackDown, and that he's there to get Cody Rhodes' undisputed title and take over the SmackDown brand. Jimmy Uso then interrupts, coming out to the ring, telling Drew McIntyre to stop whining, and he pretty much didn't get cheated out of anything, that he's lost everything, and that it's his own fault. LA Knight then comes out to the ring and pretty much makes the corniest joke I think I've ever heard in my goddamn life, calling Drew McIntyre Drew McIntyre. And LA Knight also realized how cringy he was, and then tried taking it back by saying some cool stuff and getting the crowd hyped up before the match. Match starts up, everybody's going back and forth. Out of nowhere, Jimmy Uso's going for the win, and Drew McIntyre pulls the referee out of the ring and then grabs his big old titty. So Jimmy Uso jumps out of the ring, super kicks Drew McIntyre, jumps back into the ring, gets rolled up by LA Knight, kicks out of the pin, gets set up for the BFT by LA Knight. Drew McIntyre claymores LA Knight in the back of the head while delivering the BFT to Jimmy Uso. Both are knocked out. McIntyre stole the win. It was actually a pretty sick ending. They killed it. They got that. Up next, they showed a video that Kevin Owens posted to Twitter talking about what he did to Sami Zayn on Monday Night Raw. Let's watch the highlights.
We've been through a lot, but I don't think we've ever been through anything like what happened on Saturday. You stood there and watched while Cody tried to end my career, and you stood there and did nothing. You're a horrible friend, and I'll never forgive you, never, but I am gonna make you pay.
After that, it was Akira Tozawa versus Carmelo Hayes for what Carmelo did to Akira during the Royal Rumble, costing him his spot. 4. Akira is pretty much the new Spike Dudley. I don't know if you know who Spike Dudley was, but he was the punching bag of the WWE in the early 2000s. He didn't start tearing off his shirt, hulking out, bringing Hulkamania, Akira Tozawa Mania to SmackDown, brings him up to the top rope, power bombs him down, Akira Tozawa grabbing Carmelo Hayes reversing it, bringing him down, going off the ropes for a springboard into a DDT, looked nasty, and then setting him up for the nothing but net, which is pretty much a leg drop off the top rope, taking the win. Carmelo Hayes got that shit. After that, Charlotte Flair came out to the ring like she said she was going to do on Monday Night Raw to talk about her maybe match against Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania for her WWE Championship. And then Tiffany Stratton comes out to the ring pretty much saying she's been compared to Charlotte Flair her whole career and that she should pick her so she can beat her down and get rid of that misconception once and for all. Nia Jax comes out to the ring with Candice LeRae saying she has a match with Tiffany Stratton next week for the WWE title, so she's not even going to be in WrestleMania. It's going to be Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair. So we'll see what happens next week. Alexa Bliss then comes out to the ring to get ready for her match against Candice LeRae to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. They're going back and forth. Candice LeRae is giving it to Alexa Bliss. They got each other in a roll-up pin, rolling all around the ring actually. They were in it for like 30-45 seconds. And then throws Candice LeRae off the ropes, sets her up for the Sister Abigail DDT, compliments of The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, rest in peace, and then sets her up for the pin. Alexa Bliss qualifies for the Elimination Chamber. Good job, Alexa Bliss. And this was my favorite crowd sign of the episode. Lastly, it was Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso because of what happened in the beginning of the episode. They were going back and forth all match, just as Tama Tonga was setting up Cody Rhodes for Jacob Fatu to take down. Jey Uso stepped in, knocked Jacob Fatu out the ring, saving Cody Rhodes, diving out the ring to Jacob Fatu. Cody Rhodes set Tama Tonga up for the crossroads, nailed it, got the win for him and Jey Uso. Out of nowhere at the very end of the episode with 30 seconds left as the credits were rolling, Solo Sikoa ran out of the crowd, grabbed Cody Rhodes and hit him with the Samoan spike, revealing that he came back ever since his disappearance on the first episode of Netflix on Raw. That was everything on this week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Hope you enjoyed my version of it. If you enjoyed this video, here's another one down below. Don't be afraid to click it. Why haven't you clicked it yet? It's right here. Come on. Come on. I'll click it for you. Click. Click. Click, 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 click.